Shalom. First, want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Dash. And this is a quick lesson on the inflation that's going on here in America, in the U.S., man. You know, inflation is at like an all-time high, man. You know, you got inflation. You got what you call shrinkflation. Is where you go and get the your favorite item, whatever the case may be, bag of chips. You know, but you go open the bag and there's nothing but air in there, not many chips. You know, or it's the same bag. You know, or they shrinking the bag, shrinking the packaging. You know, all because this economy is going down, man. You know, Babylon's finished. You know, it's steadily circling the drain. And you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, man, are just steady pissing in the wind, don't know what's going on. And eventually, you won't be able to afford anything to eat. You know, I had a Amiga a minute ago. I go up to the counter. You know, she started running with the buns. She got some tight stuff on. But soon, she gonna be trying to sell them buns, man. Try to get her something to eat. You know? See, everybody's cool right now because, you know, they still can, you know, even though everybody complaining about the prices, but, you know, you still able to buy something to eat. But soon, the price is gonna be astronomical, man. And you're not gonna be able to buy a fucking thing to eat. You know? It's gonna take a day wages to buy something. And you people are gonna just be fucking losing your minds out here. You know, boxes gonna come very freely. And it's gonna flow like water, man. Out here in the streets. But let's get to it, man. It says grocery prices keep rising. Frustrated consumers are trying to adapt. Record beef prices and coffee that cost $1 more per pound since May have shoppers cutting back on some foods, stockpiling others. Yeah, they said hamburger helper is coming back. You know, they booming right now because people are trying to get a cheap meal, man. You know, and with that hamburger helper, man, you just need a pound or two of ground beef and a couple boxes of that hamburger helper in a pot, man. You got dinner. You know, add some water, add some milk to it, whatever the case may be. And that's what you eating tonight. You know, canned food, sardines. I read some article in the comment section, some guy saying, you know, he eating just tofu and beans, man, to get by. You know, so the times are serious out here, man. And it's getting worse and worse as the months go on. Let's get some of this here. It says, during a recent trip to the supermarket, Kelvin Lynn was surprised to see that the price of ribeye steak had jumped to $32.99 a pound. It had been several dollars cheaper 2 weeks earlier, he said. Lynn, a 33-year-old software engineer who lives in New York City, complained to the butcher but ended up buying the steak anyway. It feels terrible, he said. Inflation in the grocery aisle is picking up, stinging customers. Consumers said they are cutting back on purchases, stockpiling certain foods, or exploring more affordable stores. It's perturbing and upsetting, said Mark Bookbinder, a 26-year-old engineer who lives in Cincinnati. He has been struck by steady increases in the prices of sliced turkey, cereal, and yogurt. Albertson's chief executive, Susan Morris, said on Tuesday earnings call that shoppers were choosing smaller package sizes and using more coupons to reduce their grocery bills. She said the supermarket company is looking to cut costs to help counter inflation. You can keep cutting and cutting and cutting until you're really not going to get anything, man, to fill you up. You're just going to get You know, you're gonna spend all this money in the grocery store and you're just gonna have an empty stomach, man. You know, soon prices are just gonna get too high, man. And then you people are going to lose your goddamn minds out here in these streets. You know, the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, you're gonna lose your mind. You know, you're gonna be looking for a man of the Lord in that day, man. When you can't get nothing to eat, man. Your food's scarce. You lose your job. Your old man loses his job. You know, and y'all gonna see how faithful these women are, man. When shit hit the fan, they gonna fucking leave your ass so they can feed their bellies, man. They gonna go whoever got the most money, whoever eating, and look like they having a normal life. They're gonna jump ship on your ass, man. And it's good so for you, so-called Negro Latinos, Native Americans, man. You are not following your power, not trying to get to know your power or his son, your Yahusha. You know, so you're gonna have to suffer the consequences, man. You know, you're gonna have to put your faith in them idols that you care about, and that faith in that woman or that man you care about, man. You know, you put everything before you. How about Shem Yahusha? And they steady turning it up on this place, man. Steady squeezing, getting blood out of the turnip here, man. Cause it's getting ready to implode. So let's get some precepts, man. Go to James 5 and 3. It says your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days. Yeah, let's talk about Esau Edom, man. Your gold and your silver is cankered. Talking about inflation and hyperinflation. The dollar is nearly worth nothing, man. It's steady declining. It's steady getting inflated into oblivion, man. The bankers are constantly printing money, putting digital zeros, this and that. You know, they adding zeros to the debt. You know, to keep the budget going. And they're constantly deflating the money with the more money they add into the economy, man. And that's why, you know, shit is going up. Not because it's expensive. It's because the dollar is being devalued, man. So it's taking more dollars to buy the same shit you normally would buy. So the gold is silver is cankered, man. And it's only gonna get worse. Everybody gonna see, man. All of y'all fucking doubted the man of the Lord, didn't believe. You know, you're gonna pay a price for that, man. A heavy price. And a lot of y'all, you know, whether you're an Israelite or not, you're gonna pay with your life, man. The 2/3 here in America gonna pay with their life. And you know, some of you heathens make it to the missiles, man. But as far as Israel, man, y'all gonna fucking starve, man. You know, and there's nothing you can do about it, man. You know, the 2/3 have been slated for death, and them the ones who can't do a damn thing about it. But hey, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Before I get out of here, and give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Shalom.